This part we will be talking about travel graphs. So actually it's talking about some concept you learned in primary school, which is speed is equal to distance over time. So from this formula there are two variations and see whether you can manage it or not. So the first one would be, so according to the formula you will see that distance so is equal to speed multiplied by time. So on the other hand, you can also see that time will be equal to distance over speed. So, but anyway, so all the things is originated from speed is equal to distance over time. And then, so one way I help my students to remember it will be distance normally is about km, time is about hour, and then so you remember the unit is km per hour. For example, it is the speed of a vehicle. You can also think of the speed of like running, so it's meter per second, meter per second. So it's also helping you to remember is meter over time, so which is meter per second. So afterward, I will take practice paper 2012, question 12 as example of demonstration on how you use distance is speed is equal to distance over time. So first of all, let's see whether you really understand the diagram. So there's a boy called Billy, so which is who is running from point Q and then to somewhere 2 km apart from P. So that's why actually Billy runs only for 14 km in the question. While Ada, who starts from point P and then run to somewhere 12 km apart from P, or you may say 4 km apart of Q. So that's the first part. Second part is when you read the question carefully, and then you will see so Ada runs at a constant speed. So that's why you see the line representing Ada is a straight line. So that's as point number 2. But for Billy, maybe he is a very lazy boy. He runs for a certain distance. Then this horizontal line means there is a pause. So he takes a break. So from 132 to 203. So after that he runs again. So this is the idea how Billy is running from point Q to P. There is one more point worth to note, which is there's a point of intersection between Ada and Billy. So that's what it means by they meet each other in the picture. So now we come to the details of the calculation of the question. So let's start from part A. So it's talking about how long does Billy rest, taking a break, pause during the period. So it is from 132 to 203. So you may write simple steps like 132 to 2 o'clock is 28 minutes. And then so 2 o'clock to 203 is 3 minutes. So totally 31 minutes. So it's not suggested to write the answer directly because, okay, see the marks is 2 marks. So it will be safer for you to write down a step and also an answer. Coming up next, you talk about how far from time P. Be careful, it's from time P, where Ada and Billy missed during the period. So you have two choices to see. One is reading Ada's speed, Ada line, or you can read Billy's line. So I'm thinking of Ada's line will be better because she is running at a constant speed, as well as this is the time where they meet at 2:18. So now the next question is how fast Ada is running along this path. And I need to look at the whole line. So here comes path B. So I need to know Ada's speed first. So the whole line representing that Ada's is running from 0 to 12. So that's why she runs for 12 km from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So that means 2 hours. So that's why her speed is 6 km per hour. Do you think it's a reasonable answer? Probably yes, 1 hour 6 km for a human being. So after that, now we come to look at the time they meet, 2:18 So now, which is representing by the yellow line. And then from 1 o'clock to 2:18, so she is actually running for 60 plus 80 minutes, totally 78 minutes. But because of the units is in an hour, so divided by 60 in the number. And then her speed is 6 km, so multiply by 6. So here comes to the formula you should remember, which is in order to find the distance. So in order to find distance, so you need speed multiplied by time. So as a result, here comes the answer. So you have the speed of Ada and the time they meet each other. And then finally, by calculator, you've got 7.8, which is in km. So I guess you don't think it's a very hard question, right? Finally, it comes to a concept which for students who are not studying physics, because there's a term called, average speed. Average speed is talking about the total distance traveled by Billy. She is running from 16 to 2. That means it's about 14 km. And then next, we also include the time he take a rest. So that means the time here is counted. And then now he is running from Pond Q, run, taking a break, so lazy boy, then run, until 3 o'clock. He reached at a distance 2 km apart from Pond P. So as a result, we are in part C. When we talk about average, so bear in mind that it's also including the time he takes a rest. So he runs for 14 km, and then next, he total run for 2 hours. So as a result, it's 7 km per hour. And then, so even though he takes a rest, his speed is even faster than Ada, which is equal to 6 km per hour, which we obtained in part A. So as a result, we can say Billy runs faster. Hopefully you don't find this question hard. So later on you can go back to your notes and find a few more examples to check whether you really understand the concept clearly.